People said Thanksgiving dinner is a night family members unite, enjoy, and laugh together, but for me last year, that's not where I found myself. It's 2024, and I'm at my parents' middle-class house in Miami, Florida. The smell of roasted turkey drifts through the air, teasing me with the idea of a cozy night, but the sticky Miami heat's already got sweat beading on my forehead. The real hit, though? The family vibe. It's tense, simmering, like a storm brewing before the plates even come out. I'm Tate Harper, 38, a software engineer who's been grinding code under this brutal Florida sun for years. Late nights, endless bugs. I've clawed my way to a $20,000 bonus. My reward, a Tesla Model Y, parked outside their house tonight, gleaming like my hard-won trophy. It's not just a car to me, it's my victory, the first thing I've kept for myself after all that sweat. My family doesn't see it like that, though. My parents, Susan, 65, a retired librarian with a voice that slices, and Bill, 68, an ex-truck driver with a rough growl, treat my brother-in-law Mason like he's their golden ticket. Mason's 35, a self-styled entrepreneur, who thanks every half-baked plan he's got. My sister Lauren, 33, a part-time graphic designer, acts like he's a visionary, blind to his flops. Me? I'm the son they've turned into their personal ATM since I was a kid, always stuck paying taxes for their endless crap, cash, favors, whatever they demand. So I'm carving the turkey, hands damp from the heat, hoping for once we just eat and chill. Then Susan looks at me, voice flat and cold. Tate, we think you should give your bonus to Mason. He needs it to get back on his feet. I stop dead. What the hell? Their eyes are icy, like I'm not even their blood. The knife slips, bangs loud against the cutting board, my hands trembling, and that betrayal makes my stomach drop hard. Their words make my stomach drop again. My own family screws me at Thanksgiving, slapping a tax bill on me I never signed up for. Think I'll just sit there and take it with a smile? Or am I about to flip this night on its head? Stay with me. This family drama's crazier than anything trending on Reddit 2025, and I'm the one caught in the mess. Subscribe now to dive into more wild family tales that'll pull you right in. Growing up in Miami, I learned quick my family didn't give a damn about me. They'd hand Mason shiny new sneakers, laces crisp out the box, while I patched up old rags, sweat soaking through under this blazing Florida sun. He'd butcher some DJ gig, off-key beats echoing through our humid nights, and they'd cheer like he was a rock star. Me? I'd code till my eyes burned red, hunched over a flickering screen in my room, and nobody gave a damn if I was okay. Not a single "you good, Tate." Just silence, like I was invisible in my own house. Then adulthood hit, and since I was 25, I've been their cash machine, straight up. First time, I gave Mason $2,000 for family debts. He swore it'd save us. Gone, poof, vanished like smoke, left me drowning in credit card bills while he shrugged it off. At 30, he borrowed my Civic, said he'd take care of it. Returned it trashed, bumper scraped, seat stained like a junkyard reject. Parents just waved it away. Family, Tate, let it slide. By 33, I co-signed his dumbass fitness app. Big surprise, it tanked hard, stuck me with $30,000 in debt. Felt like I'm paying overtime tax for their crap, every payment a fresh kick to my ribs. 10 years of this, every dollar's a knife twisting in my gut, every favor a rope tightening around my neck. The pattern never changed. Parents, Susan and Bill, always said, Mason's the family's future, their voices smug while I busted my ass coding in this suffocating Miami heat, pulling all-nighters just to keep us afloat. All I got was a weak nod, like I'm some hired help, not their son. Lauren? She picked her brother-in-law over her own blood. Her eyes lit up for Mason's wild schemes, but for me nada, like I'm the outsider in my own damn house. They'd sit there, sipping sweet tea on the porch, plotting how to milk me next, while I'm inside, grinding to pay taxes on their endless failures. Money, time, sanity, all sucked dry by my so-called relatives. Every time I handed over cash, my heart clenched, like I'm selling myself out for this so-called family. I'd think, staring at my calloused hands, the Miami sun mocking me through the window. This Tesla's the first thing I've kept for me, my $20,000 bonus, my blood and sweat, my damn victory, and they still want to rip it away, like some tax cuts they think they deserve off my back. I've been their ATM too long, bleeding for their bullshit while they laugh it off. Makes my stomach drop just thinking how deep this betrayal runs. 10 years of it, festering like a wound that won't heal. Think I'll cave again this time, let them take my win like they've taken everything else from me and my relatives? Or you reckon I've got something up my sleeve, something big enough to shake this messed up family to its core? Keep listening, this ain't the end of the story, not by a long shot. This drama's got more twists than anything trending on Reddit 2025, and I'm spilling it all. The air's thick with Miami heat, turkey grease still on my fingers, when Bill growls low, his voice cutting through the humidity. Mason needs cash for investors, your bonus is the family's shot. Lauren jumps in quick, her tone sharp like she's doing me a favor. You don't need that Tesla, Tate. Mason, that smug bastard, leans back with a smirk. Hand it over, bro, we're family. Their words slam into me like a fist, each one dripping with that entitled garbage I've heard too many times before. I snap. Sweat dripping down on my face, stinging my eyes. And I yell. A shot for the family? I am saving myself. My voice cracks through the swampy air. Loud enough to shake the table. Then they laugh. Susan's little snort, short and smug. Bill's cold grunt like he's sizing up a dead fish. Mason's howl tearing through me like rusty blades. It's not just noise. It stabs my chest, sharp and jagged, betrayal sinking deeper with every chuckle. Years of being their doormat flash in my head, and this is where it stops. I snatch my phone off the table, hands shaking but eyes blazing like fire in this sticky heat. Want cash? I say, voice quivering with rage. Let me show you all something first. The room goes dead quiet, parents, sister, brother-in-law staring at me, wide-eyed, like they can't believe I'd push back after a decade as their ATM. Susan's mouth twitches, Bill's jaw tightens, Mason's smirk fades. They thought I'd just nod and pay up like always. Not tonight. Not after they've turned my win into their piggy bank. I'm standing there, heart ripped open, rage shoving me forward, done with this tax bill they keep slamming on me, I think, my pulse hammering in my ears. It's not just the money, it's the years of betrayal, the way they've leached off me like I owe them taxes for being their son. My hands grip. The phone tighter. Knuckles white. The Miami air choking me as I hold my ground. This isn't a family dinner anymore. It's a war zone, and I'm not backing off. Have you ever been in my shoes? Where your family's ever turned you into an ATM, bleed you dry while they sit pretty? Drop me a comment below. What have I got that shuts them up cold, makes them choke on their own greedy words? You think they've seen the last of me? Here, I've got something brewing, and it's about to make their stomachs drop harder than mine did when they opened their mouths. My fingers tremble as I pull up Google Drive. The screen glowing harsh in the dim Miami dining room. Family ledger. I call it, years of dirt I've tracked, 'cause it hurt too much to stay at their blind ATM. Tab 1, $30,000 in loans to my brother-in-law, every date scratched down like scars. Each one a reminder of cash I shoveled out to keep this family afloat. I click it open, my voice low and bitter. Here's where it starts. The numbers glare back. Money I bled for, handed over to Mason while my own dreams sat on hold under this suffocating Florida heat. Tab 2, bank statements I dug up from old accounts, proof of Mason's lies laid bare. He blew $5,000 at Vegas slots, sipping pricey booze like some high roller, while crying broke to my parents and sister back in Florida. Receipts show dates, nights I was coding late, scraping by, while he partied on my dime. I growl, throat tight with fury, struggling? What kinda struggle's this? My eyes lock on him across the table, his smug face twitching as the truth lands like a brick. Susan shifts in her chair, Bill's hands clench. Nobody's laughing now. Then the twist, tab 3, Susan took out a $50,000 home equity loan, told me it was for repairs on the house. I checked the deed myself. Every cent went straight to Mason's fake-ass NFT hustle, some crypto scam he swore would save us. Susan stammers, eyes wet and darting, I didn't know. Her voice cracks, but it's too late. Mason just shrugs, casual as hell, just investing for the family. That's when it snaps. You've been bleeding me dry for this worthless brother-in-law. I roar, voice cracking raw, eyes stinging like the Miami heat's torching my face. I choke the tears back, chest heaving. Years of their crap crashing down on me right there at the table. Lauren screams, "You're overreacting, Tate." Her shrill voice cutting through the haze. Bill slams the table hard. Wood groaning. "Shut it. Like they haven't taxed me enough already, draining my soul for this clown." My guts feel torn apart, pain and fury mixing like a storm inside me, I think, staring at their faces, each one a mask of betrayal. But spilling the truth, laying it all out like this, it makes me feel alive after years of their bullshit taxes. My hands grip the phone so tight my knuckles ache, the air thick with turkey grease and lies. I've been their punching bag, their cash cow, their fool, watching Mason strut while my parents nod and my sister fawns, all my relatives complicit in this slow bleed. The Tesla bonus? That's mine, my $20,000 lifeline, and they think they can snatch it like it's theirs to claim. Makes my stomach drop, thinking how long I let this fester, how deep these cuts go. Think Mason just sits there and takes it while I lay his lies bare? Or does he try something sneaky, a low move to turn this around? Guess what's coming? This isn't over yet, not even close. You reckon he's got a trick left? Or maybe my family's about to find out what happens when their ATM pushes back. Something big, something they never saw coming. What's my next move to drop on them? You'll want to hear this. Mason flips out, his face twisting as he pulls a fake email on his phone, jabbing at the screen like a cornered rat. Tate's skimming company cash. He snarls. Showing some half-baked draft to my boss he probably typed up in 5 minutes. I stare him down, voice steel in the Florida humidity, cutting through the thick air like a blade. Send it, punk. My eyes lock on his, daring him to hit that button. Let's see how far this brother-in-law wants to push his luck. The Miami heat presses in, sweat beading on my brow, but I don't flinch. He's got nothing real, just a desperate swing from a guy who's been coasting on my dime for years. Then I catch it. Susan and Lauren go mute, their faces frozen. Susan's lips part like she might say something, but nothing comes out. Lauren's eyes dart away, avoiding mine. Their silence screams louder than words. They knew Mason's dirty play. Probably sat there nodding while he cooked up this trash. I choke out. Voice raw and ragged. You'd sell out your son, your brother, for this guy? It's not a question, it's a gut punch to myself, realization sinking in. Their eyes, guilty and hollow, slice the last thread tying me to this family. Snapping like a brittle string in the sweaty air. Betrayal doesn't even cover it, this is a full-on backstab, from my own parents and sister. And it makes my stomach drop all over again. But I have got an edge. I've handled coding stress, deadlines crashing. Bugs piling up so. I stay cool even as my chest's about to burst. Ribs tight with fury. HR's got my back. Been emailing them about this family drama for years, laying out every dime. I've lost to these leeches. They've got files. Dates proof, Mason's little stunt's got no legs. He's shaking now. Pale as a ghost. Hands fumbling with his phone, out of moves. Out of lies. I stand there, steady. Watching him crumble under the weight of his own garbage, the Miami heat soaking us both while his smirk turns to ash. I'm hurting but standing tall, like I'm rising from the ashes of a family I used to call home. I think. My pulse hammering. But my spine straight. It's like a fire lit, inside me, pain searing through my guts. But strength surging up too. They've been piling on me like some overtime tax. His stunt just another layer of crap I've had to grind through. My hands clench. Knuckles white, I've taken their hits too long. Let them drag me through their mud while they laughed from the sidelines. Not anymore. This is where I draw the line, where their betrayal stops owning me. Think I let this slide easy? Brush it off like some chump after they've gone this low? I've got a move they never saw coming. A lawyer buddy, free help, papers locked and loaded a week ago while they schemed over turkey scraps. I lean forward, eyes burning into Mason like the Miami sun at noon, voice steady as steel. Tesla's mine. Cash too. His email, that pathetic blackmail attempt he waved like a big shot? Cheap trash, dead on arrival. My lawyer's got it covered, screenshots, timestamps, proof it's fake as his entrepreneur title. Mason's smirk twitches. Fingers hovering over his phone like he's rethinking his whole life in this sticky Florida heat. He's got nothing, and he knows it. I've outplayed him before he even hit send. Then I drop the hammer. Your under-the-table gigs, Mason, NFTs. Cash deals you've been hiding. I say, pulling out receipts I've stashed for months. Every shady transaction he thought I'd miss. Time-stamped and undeniable. I've got it all. IRS just needs a call, and no tax on overtime won't save your ass. My voice is ice, slicing through the humid air like a razor. Susan sobs, her voice cracking. We're family, Tate, don't do this. I snap back. Cold and unyielding. Family doesn't stab their son in the back. Her tears fall flat. My heart's blazing, a fire roaring through me, but I'm done backing down, done letting these relatives trample me. Bill's fists tighten, veins bulging, Lauren's eyes pop wide. Nobody saw this coming, not from the guy they've milked dry for years. Mason's tax dodging. Fantasies? I'm crushing them right here with the taxes they've forced on me as my ammo. It's trending hot in 2025. Ditching toxic family is the norm, like those Santa Fe dramas blowing up online. I'm not just walking away. I'm torching every tie they've got left. $30,000, 6 months, or your whole family's screwed. I say, words slamming down like a judge's gavel. Mason goes ghost white. Hands trembling like a busted fan in this sweaty room, his bravado collapsing faster than his scams. Lauren begs, voice splintering, please Tate, don't. Her pleas roll off me. She's backed her brother-in-law over me one too many times. Susan's still crying, tears streaking her face. Bill's glare could bore holes, but I don't blink. They thought I'd buckle, stay their ATM after all this betrayal. Nope, not tonight, not ever. I feel lighter but shaky. Freedom's real, but it cost me everything I once clung to, taxes and all. I think, the weight easing off my chest like a storm breaking. It's as if chains I didn't even see, forged from years of their greed, their lies, finally snap, link by link, leaving me raw but standing. My hands steady out. Breath slows to a calm rhythm. But a tremor lingers deep, freedom's a rush. Sweet and sharp. Cutting through the bitterness of what I've lost. The Miami heat presses in, turkey gone cold on the table. And I'm staring at faces, parents, sister, brother-in-law, who've drained me for too long, who turned loyalty into a one-way street. They've got no hold on me now, not my work, not my peace, nothing. Makes my stomach drop, seeing how much I gave them, how long I let their shadows stretch over me. I grab my Tesla keys. Hands unsteady from the adrenaline still pumping. But my steps are firm, solid as hell against the creaky Miami floorboards. Susan's voice cracks behind me, raw and desperate, don't go, son. It's a plea, but I don't look back, not for her. Not for any of them. Mason mutters under his breath, his voice a weak jab, you won't dare. I spin on my heel, fire back with a snarl, watch me ditch this family, and storm out the door. Miami's humid dark swallows me whole as I step into the night, the wind hitting my face like a slap, sharp, alive, cutting through the heat still clinging to my skin. The breeze slices through the sticky air, cooling the sweat on my neck, and my chest warms, freedom sinking in slow and real. 38 years living for this family, a kid ignored, left to fend for myself while they fawned over Mason, then an adult ATM, pumping cash into their endless messes. Now I'm free from their house budget, that suffocating trap they built with my money. My time. My life. My eyes sting, not from sadness, not even close, but from shedding the shadow of a family that was my world in Florida. I've carried them too long. Every dollar I gave, every favor I did, every lie I swallowed, and now it's gone, blown away like dust in this rare cool gust. It's like chains snapping off. I'm aching but proud. This family's just a memory I don't need anymore, I think, my breath steadying as I grip the Tesla keys tighter. The ache's there, deep in my bones. Years of betrayal don't vanish easy, but pride's roaring louder, drowning it out. I'm not their puppet, not their cash cow, I'm me. Tate, standing tall for the first time in too long. Susan's sobs, Bill's grunts, Lauren's whining, Mason's smirks, their echoes now, fading fast as I step into the dark. My brother-in-law thought he'd break me, but I'm the one walking away. And I cut them loose. 3 months later, I'm not sweating it out in Florida anymore. Bill Venmos me $5,000. No note from Dad. Just cold cash and silence. Guess the family's scared shitless now, tails between their legs after the storm I unleashed. My cousin texts me, Mason's NFT gig got busted, tax evasion, IRS swooped in like the Budget Resolution 2025 debates on C-SPAN. I didn't snitch, didn't need to, I just sent those receipts to my lawyer that Thanksgiving night cold hard proof of Mason's scams. Didn't take long for my brother-in-law to drag the whole family down with him, their house of cards collapsing under the weight of his own lies. Susan calls me one night, voice frail like a cracked reed, I never thought it'd end like this, Tate. I cut her off, icy and done, you picked that worthless brother-in-law over your own son, deal with it. No tears, no guilt, parents who'd sell me out don't get a second of my regret. I'm gone for good, sold every scrap I had in Miami, jobs remote now, coding from anywhere I want. I ditched this family like a bad habit and moved to Romania, halfway across the world from their mess. My Tesla rolls with me on this new soil. Purring through the streets, no parents or brother-in-law leeching tax cuts off my sweat anymore. I used to fix their messes, I say, Romania's cool wind hitting my face, a clean break from Florida's choking heat. Now I live for me, 30 to 50 crowd, ditch the bloodsuckers in your house, you can do it too. I'm free, new life, new air, no more relatives dragging me back to their drama swamp. If you're hooked on Reddit family stories like this, wild rides, gut punches and revenge twists, hit subscribe now and guess what's next. I'm not done spilling stories that'll make my life crazy. I sit here, chest light as air, eyes on Romania's mountains, pain's gone, this is the real me, I think, the weight of years lifting off my shoulders. No more family tax bill holding me back. No more sister begging, no parents guilting, no brother-in-law scheming. Justice hit right on time, like those family dramas blowing up online lately in 2025, think viral threads, messy fallout, the kind of stuff you can't look away from. Mason didn't just lose his NFT scam, he lost everything. IRS froze his accounts, left the family scrambling while I walked away clean. Susan's frail voice, Bill's $5,000 hush money, they're ghosts now, fading in my rearview as Romania's peaks rise ahead.